Welcome back to this channel. I'm going to show you my tournament predictor. We're going to start with Group A and I'm going to show you why I've arranged them in the way I've arranged them. Turkey to come second, with Italy first, Wales and Switzerland. I feel like Switzerland, as good as the players they've got, they're just not going to come forward as much. I feel like Wales will surprise everyone and Turkey will surprise everyone. But I think Wales won't have enough to do it. As good as the players they've got, they won't have enough to come second. And I think Turkey will surprise everyone. And of course, Italy. Turkey will give Italy a good run, but I think Italy will edge it. Then in Group B, I went with Belgium, Denmark, Russia, Finland. As we can see, I believe with Belgium, simple Hazard, Castagne, De Bruyne, Lukaku, says it all. With Denmark, a lot of good players there with Martin Braithwaite, Christian Eriksen, a lot of good players there. I feel like Russia, they've got some decent players, but I feel like Finland will give them a run. But I believe Denmark, they'll just, because they have some players like Eriksen, I think they'll just edge it and take second. But I feel like that will be comfortable for Belgium. This is the one that I'm going with. Netherlands, Ukraine, Austria, North Macedonia. Netherlands, of course, are going to win this group. But the reason, if you see the way Austria played against England, they just don't dominate games. And against like Netherlands, against Ukraine, they'll have a chance. But I believe the Ukraine may edge them. Because they've got slightly... It's interesting because you could say Austria may come second and Ukraine may come third. But I believe Ukraine are going to surprise everyone in this group and Austria are just going to come third. Then in Group D, England, Croatia, Scotland, Czech Republic. I believe Scotland are going to surprise everyone, give a good run for their money, especially with the way they've been playing in the friendlies. But I don't believe they're going to have enough. Croatia, I believe England are going to do it. But first game is Croatia, so that will set the tone for the group. And I also believe for this one, England weren't creative enough the last time we played Croatia. I think with Jack Grealish has to start. If Jack Grealish starts, England have that creativity and they can do it in this group. But with Spain, Sweden, Poland, Slovakia, I believe the reason I've put Spain is obvious, but the reason I've put Sweden second is because the way they play. They don't have very good players, but they've got all right players. But it's the way they all gel as a unit, the way they play as a team. And as well as that, if you see Poland, they have some decent players. But yes, Lewandowski scores goals for Poland. But in tournaments, he doesn't score a lot of goals in international tournaments for Poland. That's the only thing that he lacks. But I believe we'll find out this tournament. Maybe Poland might give Sweden a run for their money. Maybe give Spain a run for their money. But I believe I have faith in Sweden. This is Group F. Group of Death. If England come first or second, they are versing one of these players. Germany are very good. But I believe the way they've been playing in the last 2-3 tournaments, they just haven't gelled. And with Timo Werner's form, for Chelsea and especially for Germany, hasn't been as great recently. So I don't believe, without that striker scoring the goals, I don't think they'll have that edge. I think Portugal right now have that edge. So I placed them second. France. Little do we say about France because Mbappe, Griezmann always turns it on for France. Benzema's in the side, like, they're strong. Then for third place, I picked up all the teams. I picked that ended third. I picked Wales, Russia, Poland, and Germany, of course. And then I matched it up like this for me. So let's go bit by bit. Belgium versus Poland. I said Belgium, obviously, because they've got more better players in each position. Italy, Ukraine, of course, Italy going to win that. Got better players. Ukraine, they could provide an upset. Same with Poland, but I don't think Poland and Ukraine got enough. Wales and France, I believe Wales don't have really too many good players. They've hardly got any good players, so of course France are going to edge this one. But Croatia and Sweden could if they play well, could give Croatia a run for their money in this round of 16 tie if it does become the round of 16 tie. Sweden could give Croatia a run for their money, but I believe the midfield, I think Croatia just may edge it like a 2-1 or something, or 1-0 or something like that. Spain versus Russia. I believe, of course, Spain. The next lot are interesting because let's start with Turkey v Denmark. Turkey v Denmark is going to be interesting, but I believe Turkey may just edge it. Yes, you could say Denmark with all the decent players they've got. But in my opinion, I believe Turkey are going to perform, are going to do alright this tournament, and they're just going to surprise everyone. Netherlands, same with Netherlands. The way they've been playing recently hasn't been the best, but Germany, against Germany, you never know. But I believe Netherlands can do it actually. England, Portugal, I just don't think England have enough. The way we've been playing in the friendlies has been good, but I just believe against Portugal, we just don't have enough. As much as I want to back England and I'm going to support them, just don't have enough. Then the quarters, Belgium, Italy. I believe Italy will provide a very good game, but I believe Belgium got this. France, Croatia. France beat some mashed Croatia in the 2018 World Cup final. Judging by that, they could do the same again. Spain, Portugal. This is the interesting one. But I believe Spain will just dominate this game, passing-wise and possession-wise. And Portugal won't have enough. And Netherlands, of course, just got better players than Turkey. I believe they've got this, even though Turkey can give them a good game. But if that does become the quarter final, very interesting. Then we move on to the semis. And for me, with the teams that I got through, my semi-final prediction, Belgium versus France, Spain versus Netherlands. This is interesting because I really do want to say that Spain will go through, but I just have that feeling that they're just going to fluff it, and they're just going to fluff it when it gets to like the semis. They'll do well until the semis, but then somehow Netherlands will get through and just edge them, and just Spain will fluff it, and Netherlands will get lucky and get through. Belgium, I believe, they won't have enough on France to get through, making the final France v Netherlands, and I believe, of course, France will do it. Mbappe will turn on the jets. Griezmann will play well for France like he always does, and the defense of France will just be a bit too. The defense of France will be a bit too much for the Netherlands attackers to handle, and with Pogba in that midfield, especially with the form he's on, I just don't believe Netherlands will have enough here, and France will take it and win the tournament. As you see, they're my predictions. I do believe there'll be some surprises like Scotland, Poland, Sweden. Even you could say Portugal or Germany could be one of the favourites to win it. It's going to be interesting to see. Group F, though. It's going to be an interesting tournament. I'm going to give you my thoughts along the way. It's going to be very interesting. Other than that, subscribe if you're new around here. And that, guys, those were my tournament predictions, and I explained why I've picked them in the way that I've picked them. Subscribe if you're new around here. Like the video. Tell me in the comments below who's going to win the tournament for you. And peace.